I'm whispers of darkness, ready for a spine-chilling tale. My lucky boy. This story was submitted by Jason and is told from his mother's perspective. I always believed my son, Jason, was extraordinarily lucky. He wasn't breathing when I first gave birth to him. For nearly 5 minutes, he was what the doctors called legally dead, but then he made a miraculous recovery. Since then, he's narrowly avoided death time and time again. As a baby, he would often choke on his food, and I had to keep a constant watch over him. He'd frequently slip out of his high chair, even though he was securely fastened, but I was always there to catch him. I used to joke that Jason had a secret death wish, but my worry grew stronger when he turned 5. One night, he burst into my room in tears, screaming, "The lady is trying to get me." "Oh, just see. It's okay. You just had a bad dream," I reassured him. But this continued for an entire week, and he refused to sleep alone. During the day, he muttered to himself, "Please go away." I'd ask, "Who are you talking to?" "Jessie, the lady," he whispered. "She won't leave me alone." I thought it was normal for a child his age to have nightmares or imaginary friends, but Jason was losing sleep, refusing to eat, and slowly falling apart. I decided to take him to a child psychiatrist. I observed from a distance as Jason shared with the doctor about the woman who haunted him day and night. The doctor handed him some crayons and paper, asking him to draw her. When Jason finished, he handed over the drawing, and I could see the doctor was visibly disturbed. He caught me aside and said, "There's a chance your son might be suffering from schizophrenia." My heart sank. "I'd like to run more tests," he continued. "So, you believe it's all just hallucinations?" I asked. He handed me Jason's drawing. It was terrifying. A tall, thin woman, eyeless, blood dripping down her forehead, her lips torn off, revealing rotten teeth. No wonder my son was terrified. Later that day, I called my sister, and I shared what was happening. She paused, then suggested, "You know you're not into this, but how open are you to something less conventional?" I was confused, but she gave me the contact for a woman named Lana and urged me to visit her soon. That weekend, I took Jason to see Lana, a psychic my sister recommended. I didn't believe in such things, but my sister insisted and even offered to pay. When we arrived, Lana greeted us with warmth. She was in her 30s, dressed in a perfectly tailored suit, her black hair neatly tied up. Her home was modern and neat, not at all what I expected from a psychic. "You must be Jason," she said, looking deeply into his eyes. Her smile faded as she asked, "Have you ever had a near-death experience, Jason?" He shook his head, but I mentioned his experiences. "He has had many since birth. He's my lucky boy." But Lana's expression changed. "I need to be honest with you," she began. "When Jason died for the first time, his soul entered another dimension, and a woman there decided she wanted him as her son. When he returned, she was left behind and has been trying to reclaim him ever since." I was stunned. My sister once shared the idea that near-death experiences connect people to the spirit world, but I never believed it. "How do we stop her?" I demanded. Lana looked at me and replied, "You know what she wants." I left feeling skeptical, convinced my sister had wasted her money. I decided to stick with the psychiatrist. That night, Jason asked to sleep with me as usual, but in the early hours, I woke to a soft tap on my shoulder. Jason stood by my bed, his face calm. "You see, what's wrong?" I asked. "He just wanted to say goodbye, Mommy," he said softly. "Goodbye? Where are you going? With my new money?" He pointed behind him, and there she was, the woman from his drawing. "Don't worry, Mommy, I'm not scared anymore." She reached out, and Jason walked toward her. I lunged to grab him, but he vanished, just like that. I was devastated, but a strange sense of relief washed over me, knowing he was no longer afraid or suffering. I wish I could have saved him one more time. If this story gave you chills, hit the like button and share. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for notifications. Until next time, sweet dreams.